Thank God it's official. We're on. We are popping, as the kids would say. Why in the heck are you? I'm not gonna touch you and that stuff, but you need to do a little bit more. Come on, a little. Mike doesn't mind if we're all up on top of his business.
There's plenty to keep you all warm here.
Mike, do you mind if we're all up on your business?
No, like I said, there's plenty to keep you all warm.
That sounded exciting there for a second. What's going on, everybody? Real quick, I'm gonna make the announcements. Announcements need to be made of introductions, and then we're gonna dive into something special.
Why do you sound like Clink right now?
That's funny. You said that. I was watching Hogan's Heroes last night. So tonight, Hogan, it's gonna be a special night. Beginning immediately. God, I'm choking.
In the lungs.
Immediately to my left hand. This is the man who literally coordinated all of CIA operations today in Washington, D.C. This is the guy who did it all, and he still made it in time to the show. This is Mike the Man Striegel. What's up?
What's up? Why you gotta tell people that?
But you were there. You did it all. You are, God Almighty, the power, man.
If you believe that, I got.
You are power behind the throne.
No.
No.
If you believe all that, I got some oceanfront property to say in Arizona.
Oceanfront property in Arizona. It's fantastic. I love it. Michael Carter, what's going on? And then, of course, this is the guy that they said, I need you to figure out every which way that this could go wrong and make it happen. This is the Irishman, Seamus Tully. What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. Listen, yours truly, the insane Cuban consigliere, Duncan Ramon Echeverria, is apparently struggling with the little foot band. How hard is this? How long have I been doing this? Years.
You take
the red tobacco.
I love it.
Purple tobacco off the end?
Well, a little purple tobacco never hurt anybody. I'm all about purple tobacco. I'm gonna do a quick cut with Mike's super duper Calibri, and I'm about to just invite tonight's main event, the main man himself, the Doctor of Devastation. The chair recognizes the socialist. What's up, man? I gotta do this.
Oh, me. UFC 257 tonight. Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that later. Tonight's about Dr. Gaby Kafie. There he is, everybody. Lord, look, he's actually. You know what? I love it. He is doing candlelight. I love candlelight, Gaby.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That is so. I love it. A little,
so we can hear him.
Yeah. I just had to put the volume up, Gaby. I don't know what I'm doing at the time.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you look so
Fantastic.
romantic. I love it, man.
I love you guys, man.
Not quite like that, Gaby.
Yeah,
not quite like that. Calm down.
Move back the other way.
Yeah, don't anybody get excited, guys. Don't anybody get excited, But
Listen,
Gaby, look at you, man. Wow. You know what, guys? You remember when all this Corona stuff started happening last year? Who was the guy that we had as our main guy to walk us through it all? Right there on the screen. That's the guy right there.
I remember doing that. It was you and I.
Yes, sir.
Having a very intimate conversation.
Man, Gaby, thank you so much. It's been it's not a year. It hasn't been a year, but thank you
10, 11
so
months.
much, man.
Listen, thank you guys for having me on tonight. I really appreciate this. It's you guys have a great platform, a great team, and I'm honored. Thank you very much, guys. I truly am honored.
This is the team here. I don't know if you heard the introduction, but we got Mike who handles all of those like CIA operations. We got the crazy Marine here. I'm telling you, this is the team of insanity. What are you smoking there? Wait a second. We're about to tell everybody while we're smoking.
This
what
is
do you got going on?
The Sumatra blend, which is a lot of people don't really understand Sumatra tobacco.
Let me tell you something, Gary. Is it kismet? Is it coincidence? We're all smoking the Sumatra. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
No, we didn't have a coordinated phone call. Gaby knows his stuff. Gaby said, I'm gonna send these guys something that's phenomenal. We're gonna smoke it. And the Sumatra. I am Sumatra-ing all over the place.
I love it. That's fantastic.
So
yeah,
Gaby,
man. So
what about Sumatra?
Let's go back a little bit because our last get together was a little COVID review, and
Yeah.
a lot of people thought I was crazy. I was off. I didn't know what I was talking about. I was a little bit too making too big of a deal of COVID.
But Gabby, you're a doctor.
I know,
You're in it, man.
Listen, it's very sad. 400,000 lives later. We're not past it. We're not even in the middle of it. So, I just, for me, we've been through some very difficult times, all of us. I know we can get together, have a good time, but the reality of it is that countries are affected, factories are affected, distribution offices are affected, retailers are affected. And the fact that we could stay positive, you could stay positive, is a testament to what a beautiful human being you are, Duncan.
Well,
and I'm honored to call you a friend, man.
Gabby, real quick, I'm gonna just say hello to some of the good folks that are jumping on board right now. And this is who keeps us going. Not, you know what, Gabby, I love you, but it's never us. It's never even the guests. It's the people who watch us. They keep us going. I want to say hello to Michael Carter. I want to say to Jeffrey Michael, Gary Duncan, Armin. Look, Armin's watching. What's up, Armin? Gary Duncan, what an amazing individual. Caroline West, Caitlin Grace Finley, our favorite Finley,
Beautiful.
Edward Morales. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on
They're
board.
coming in droves now.
I'm telling you, I'll tell you, when you see a handsome Lebanese Honduran like him on the TV, this doesn't get any better over here. This is not getting any prettier right here. That's a different story, Gabby. This here is a done deal.
You guys look beautiful, man.
Okay, I'm going to throw the first one at you, Gabby. I'm not going to hold back. Tonight is a no holds. I want to know the question that some people may know the answer to, but some may not know. Who is Gaby Kafie? Some people don't know that you're a real life doctor.
Right.
That we don't call you Dr. Gaby Kafie just because it's a nickname. Tell us who you are, man.
Growing up, man, I had an interesting childhood. We were immigrants from Honduras, right? But I grew up in a home with an older brother that was an academician. He was an individual who was a scholar, loved higher education. He knew from early on he wanted to be a doctor. And so he carved his way in life and became a vascular surgeon. He's based out of Pensacola, Florida. Probably one of the best surgeons to ever, God forbid we ever need him, but he's the hands that you want to end up in. So much so, the state of Florida actually gave him, it's amazing. I can't believe the state of Florida giving doctors awards based on performance, how many patients they saved. You got to imagine, vascular surgery is very life or death, guys.
So that's heart surgeons, what you're saying. Your doctor, your brother's a heart surgeon.
Right. So wow. God bless him. He has such a great track record for 25 years. He's been recognized by the state of Florida as being one of the best surgeons in the state. That was my mentor. That's who I grew up with. There was no room for, as one surgeon once said to me, and during my training, when you're in the OR, you don't use the word oops. It doesn't exist. So imagine being brought up in a home where my mentor had that mentality, and then me, I pursued. I loved sports, athletics. I played a lot of different sports, everything from wrestling. I never played football. I thought it was kind of that's a tough. Football seemed to me to be a little bit too rugged.
I'm a soccer kind of guy, so I don't have the Latino in me. I played soccer, I played baseball, so football. I got hit a couple of times too many, and I said, you know what, I'm good. This is not made for me, man.
No.
We grew up. Everybody in our family loved basketball, swimming, water polo, wrestling, and it led me down the path of looking into becoming a sports medicine doctor, and I did.
Worked with the Heat, didn't you? The Miami Heat.
I did. I came to Florida because the #1 university in the United States for sports medicine is here in Miami, Florida. I only applied. What's that?
Is it UM?
No, Barry University
Oh,
has the
Barry,
number one foot and ankle surgery center and sports medicine program where the Miami Heat train in their off season. Well, used to train in their off season. But I was always very, when people apply to medical school, they usually apply to 30 and see where they get accepted. I applied to one because I knew where I wanted to go.
You automatically said, if this is the best place, this is where I need to go, basically.
And what it comes down to is 36,000 people were competing for about 72 positions.
Damn.
So the dean asked me during my interview, well, what happens if I don't get accepted? Well, I'll be applying again next year because this is where I want to go. And there's that says, I never talk about these things, but there's people that go through life and they have a option B or maybe a backup plan. I've never had a backup plan because I go into things to win.
That's a good mentality, by the way. I mean, and some people, and I want to just say like this, I mean, you're military, I'm former military. Some people think that mentality is aggressive, it's mean. No, man, it's a mentality of well thought out processes that will take you to that winning goal. It's not about no. Listen, you studied what you wanted to do, you made it the right choice, and you went full tilt. Nothing wrong with that, man. I don't believe in the apologetist mentality. You go for the win. I think that's fantastic. Michael's a winner all the time in my book. But Michael right here, he's a winner in my book. Or he's German, maybe a Wiener.
A Wiener.
Mikey, come on, a big Wiener. He's a big Wiener.
Oh man, Mike, punch him.
I'll tell you what, man. We're keeping it. We've changed the format a little bit, as I told everybody. We're keeping it family friendly, but it's still a show that we want people to also have a little bit of a good laugh.
Giggle like 12.
Yeah, man. Gaby, so much of stuff is going on in this world, man.
You got to.
But I like what you said. You said you went for it because you didn't say there's no option. The only option is to win. I want to go to this school because that's what I want, and you got in.
I got accepted, got 50% half full scholarship, which was fantastic, right?
Hell yeah. For a doctor school, shit, yeah.
But what's interesting is when I came out to Florida, I came out to Florida for other reasons, right? And no, I didn't have some girl pregnant or anything. I came to Florida because I loved offshore fishing. I loved the ocean. I grew up in California from age 5 up to like 21.
Oh, wow, man.
Southern California.
I didn't know that about you. See, I didn't know that. I thought you were like a Floridian all the time.
No. I can't. Oh man, I'm just going to be very blunt, you guys.
I love it.
I lived in California during the best years of California, right?
Yeah. Before it became the great socialist republic.
I was there. In the late 70s.
Because Mike's father is military, and he was in Air Force, right?
Stationed at Travis Air Force Base. We had a great time.
Were you in El Toro or San Juan Capistrano?
He was stationed at Travis Air Force Base.
Okay.
Right, which is between, I think, L.A. and San Francisco.
Okay, I know where that's at. So we got to California in 1978. I didn't speak a word of English, and neither did my older brother. And we were just an immigrant family with parents that brought us here to really pursue the American dream. And I think a lot of our strength and a lot of our grit came from never seeing our parents complain. They did what they had to do, period.
Bet your dad and mom had, more than one job. They did everything they could for the family. And, they would probably go home exhausted, tired, but not once did they say, we can't.
My dad, I remember.
He went out and did it again, man.
My father used to work from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. He had his own business, but those were the business hours. He had no choice, and he did that for about 20 years until we were off to, college and higher education. But not once did you hear him bitch or moan or complain about the immigration status or whatever. He got a visa. He hired other people through H-1B program, and after 8 years, he was able to become a permanent resident. And took us 10 years to become U.S. citizens and paying taxes for 10 years.
The American dream personified right there. When
Mhm.
people, you know what's funny, Gabby? When people say that doesn't happen. No, it does, man. It
Yeah.
does. There's many wonderful immigrant families that came here. They fought the good fight. They worked their asses off to put something for their kids forward that was better than for them. And again, we're looking at living proof right there. You probably look back on mom and dad and said, man, greatest examples ever.
Yeah. You know what the problem is today, guys, is everybody that comes here, they have a misconception, right? Because of, I think, television, social media, Instagram, Facebook. Let's take a guy who might be in Cuba, and he's in, let's say, Santa Clara or Las Villas, wherever you can be in Cuba, and he's on Instagram. And he's seeing his cousin in Miami driving a brand new Mustang.
Yeah.
There's a disconnect there because the guy that's in Miami might have been here for 10, 15 years, busting his ass,
Yeah.
Mhm.
developing his credit, doing everything by the book. But that's why it's so important to tell your stories. Imagine I'm 49 years old. I'm the second generation. The first generation busted their ass to survive here,
Mhm.
so that we had that foundation. And if we respect our parents, what we're going to do is we're going to do better than they did as a way of saying thank you to them.
Well, you've used this word before when you referred to your family also. And I've seen your kids and I've seen Vivian. And let me tell you, when I see you with them, it exemplifies the one word, legacy. You're not building anything for yourself. I mean, I know you don't care about that. You're building it for the legacy, for those kids.
Yeah, you try to do everything for your children.
Yeah. I'm telling you, when you see Gaby around his family and his kids, you rarely get the idea that there's anything that's happening for him. It's all that he goes through, all that he does.
Yeah.
It's for that boy, for that girl. I'm telling you, that is legacy. And I think that you and that word go hand in hand, brother.
I appreciate that so much, man. I really do. Thank you.
Listen, Gab, let me ask you, because I made notes when it came to you and a couple of weeks ago, Oscar Rodriguez. I had to make notes for you guys because otherwise, man, there was no way I could even keep anything on track. But and fellas, if you guys have anything you want to throw right now, I'm gonna just go back to it. We're smoking real quick, everybody.
Yes.
The Gaby Kafie Sumatra. I'm about an inch in, and it's glorious. What are your thoughts, Mikey?
I'm about a quarter inch, and it's I like it.
Enjoy.
I'm very happy.
Anything that you want to throw out there?
It's very good. You can definitely tell the quality immediately just by looking at it with the wrapper and everything. Very nice, smooth. I get a little bit of just a hint of pepper, like right from the lineup.
Yeah.
Just a little zing. I love it.
After that, it mellows out and it gets like a creamy.
There's a little sweetness in there. I absolutely. I mean, I'm Gaby. I'm not a reviewer. I mean, hell, but I was telling everybody, I get good tobacco and I get bad tobacco, and everybody watching right now, I'm gonna tell you brutally honest, it's beautiful. I love the age
man.
Comes through. The draw is sublimely well done. I don't like a cigar, guys, that it's like a straw. You're just pulling straight air. No, this has.
You want to have flavor with
it. It's a nice weight. You know that when you're holding a cigar, it's got a good body to it, and enough of a hold that there's beautiful tobacco inside. I know that every single cigar is tested at the factories. They have a true draw master machine, old school, like the old school stuff that literally gauges how many. I think it's pounds per square inch of pull of air goes through each cigar, man. That's construction on that level right there. So love the cigar, man. Absolutely love it.
With this cigar, take 2 or 3 puffs, right? Fill up your mouth with smoke, and then very slowly, over a period of 4 or 5 seconds, let it out through the nose.
So what he's talking about is called French inhaling, or exhaling, basically.
Retrohale.
Retrohale, yeah. That's what the other one was from my younger days. Nobody should pay attention to what I said. Nobody pay attention to that. Those are crazy.
I'm going to Google that. I got to Google that, Duncan.
Things happened differently back in those days.
There might be pictures.
You know, Gabby, I'm also 49, but I lived a little hard life in Miami. Let me get to this question, and then we're gonna do that trick.
Hey,
Hopefully,
Duncan, I guarantee. I'm going to interrupt you, Duncan. I guarantee you, we ran into each other at the Clevelander back in.
Tell you what, he may have seen. Look at that crazy drunken Cuban. What's wrong with that guy? And I'm like, yo, what's going on? I was probably that guy. He's like, look at that.
I'm sorry to interrupt, man. I'm sorry.
Gaby, mira, you touched upon it a little bit at first, and I want to now. Let's look at today. Today, we are a nation that has had a year now of COVID. Let me ask you like this. COVID-19, what are your thoughts about the impact of this horrible malaise, this disease that has impacted on so many levels our beloved industry? What do you think is the future of brick and mortar? What do you see happening because of this crazy impact that COVID has done to us? Now we can all do what he said. We can all retro hell now.
So I'll start with the general brick and mortar business world. As of December 2020, 1 in 5 brick and mortar retailers in general, not just cigars, in general, 1 in 5 shut their doors down, went out of business. And economic analysts are saying that by August of 2021, it could be as high as 47%. So 50% of brick and mortar retailers will go out of business. Now, one of the things that I touched upon, I think, in a private conversation with you before, Duncan, was the backbone of that brick and mortar establishment, right? If you're a guy, for example, and you own your own shopping center, or you own a freestanding building and it's paid outright, and you don't have to pay rent, or you don't have to worry about that kind of overhead, you can survive any storm.
I agree with that.
There's a lot of retailers out there that have been, that have, especially the older 10, 20, 30-year-old tobacconists that are out there. They're out there. They own their locations. They bought them real cheap years ago. Today, they're sitting on $1 million plus of real estate or more. And what these guys are doing is they're surviving these difficult times.
Yep.
The guys that are renting, I don't want to get into price per square foot, but the guys that are renting and 50% of the nut they got to pay every month is rent.
You're not speaking anything negative. That's yeah. And I'm gonna be brutally honest. These guys have seen what I went through this past year. I didn't restructure once. I restructured twice, and finally had to make the very hard decision to just say, you know what, I'm gonna go online. I'm gonna do what I can. In the best survivability. I was one of those. I was renting. I wanted the flexibility of that, but there's prices that you pay when you look for that flexibility. Mm-hmm. And I agree with what you said. Some of these guys who've been on for 10, 20, 30 years who bought in a little bit cheaper. Right. I say God bless that, man. I want these guys to keep pushing. But you're right about what you said.
It's a matter. Go ahead, Mike.
A lot of those people who've been around for 20 years, they started out much like you did.
Yeah.
In a difficult location, and over time, traffic is built up around that location.
Yeah, correct.
The problem is you were still a really young.
Yeah, like I said, I'm only like 3 years in, basically. And you know what they say, it takes about 5 years to even, get to where you need to. I understand that, but, to Gaby's point, I still think that it's been such a huge impact on the people who wanted to start their dream.
Yeah.
They wanted to start a dream in an age and in a time when no one was going to expect this. 3 years ago, who would have said that we were going to be impacted like this?
No. I agree 100%. Look, this is nobody's fault. Our business has dramatically changed since March of 2020. We have seen, and I'm probably one of the few guys that admits this in our industry, right? We reached a point at the end of 2019, we had in our accounting software well over 728 brick and mortar shops in the US that we were doing business with. And throughout 2020, when 2020 started, literally March, April, just about May, I started feeling the pain of brick and mortar shops not ordering the way they used to. And by the end of 2020, I can honestly tell you that sales to brick and mortar shops in the US went down about 80% for our company.
Wow.
And what ended up happening was because the pandemic began in Asia, then worked its way to the Middle East, then Europe, and then the US. As the US began to shut down, those other markets began to open up. So the demand completely flipped. Like 2020 was our best year ever in business, and 60% of all of our sales were outside the US.
So
Because of the way it was a wave effect.
right,
Exactly.
Full effect from the center.
we were getting to that peak, and we were getting inundated when the world was kind of sort of coming down from it as
Right.
well. So man,
Listen,
it's
we were getting orders from
think about that.
Hong Kong in 1 week that were equivalent to 2 months of orders out of the US.
Wow.
And that, I'm seriously, guys. I mean, I tell it like it is. The international market saved our ass in 2020.
There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, at the end of the day, you are a businessman. The U.S. was going through a time in which the impact was being felt from the biggest to the smallest. And if you were able to at least capitalize and capture that international movement of sales, that's a savings grace right there.
You know
And
what's
that's awesome.
interesting, Duncan, when it comes to cigars, right, at the same time that the pandemic started, I'd like to look back to see when Imperial Brands announced the sale of Habanos to an undisclosed firm. But at the same time the pandemic began, Cuba had the worst crisis of all, but the media didn't publish any information. Habanos was unable to export cigars to all these global markets. And these different distributors were, in my opinion, were in a rush to find replacement brands.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So it's like it was like this is totally unpredictable. Every single day was I was telling my wife I have no idea how the hell am I getting a call from this country? Like I welcome it, right? But do you know what it's like to vet someone, to get to know their company, to look at their exposure, their reach? Are they legit? Am I going to get the amount of work 24 hours a day? And then on top of that, it was around June that I decided to start building. And our family invested, my wife and I, a lot of our capital into building boutiquesmoke.com
Right.
because we wanted to create an e-commerce channel with a specific affiliate program for our retailers in the US.
And we got some good stuff in a little bit. We're gonna definitely dive into that one. I just want to say also something. Again,
About an inch. About an inch.
he says about an inch. I always say,
Me too.
women lie. Women lie.
No, the ash had about an inch.
Oh, the ash had about an inch.
Really, Duncan?
Well, man, I dropped it about an inch and a half. So there we go. But Gaby, you touched upon it. You're an American brand. You're a distributor in the United States, but you are, without going into deep details, man, I know you were in Australia, New Zealand, you're in the Middle East, you're in Europe.
Right.
And this has been also a bit of a challenge of, as you said, learning new territories, learning environments that you had never dealt with before, the customers there, the people, pricing, who the heck knows what's going on. But what
Right.
a blessing, what an amazing blessing that
Yeah.
you bloomed in these areas. That's, I think, is awesome. So you're a true international brand.
I would say that this is going to be year number 7 for us. And the international component came around when FDA was going to pass regulations which were going to significantly affect us in 2016. So that's when I turned on my international switch, and 4 years later, we're in 42 countries.
Well, this is a good segue because I also do want to say something into the FDA that you just mentioned is most folks, and we did have a quick chat a couple of days ago, and it stayed in my head, Gabby. So I'm gonna say this because I think a lot of folks need to hear this, understand the weight of this. We're talking to one of a very select few guys in the pantheon of guys such as Jorge Padron, Carlito Fuente, Rocky Patel, and this man right here. We need to understand led fights in DC's hollowed halls to protect our rights to be able to continue smoking cigars in America. So it's not like there was like 3,800 guys. No.
Yeah.
There was 5, 6 guys at most. Glenn Luke, of course, bless him always, were fantastic. Yeah. So many people don't understand that this charge to protect what we do all over the U.S. was spearheaded, led, fought toe-to-toe by maybe just 5, 6 guys, and you're one of those. So thank you for that.
Thank you very much for the mention. I love our trade organizations, the PCA, CRA. Love these organizations, but I've never really shied away from letting people know that we're a small family-owned company. We're not rich. We have to bust our ass to make a living. And a lot of these, the associations, trade shows are very unique. We can have an entire show about trade shows and how they work.
I'm not a big fan. Let me just say it like that. I don't mean it in a negative way. I just, and again, God bless whichever way the wind blows on that one. But I believe that there needs to be a restructuring of that concept. I believe that the monies that are going towards should go towards something else.
I've always felt that trade shows should be focused on return on investment.
Agreed.
For brick and mortar shops and for brand owners. And as far as Cigar Rights of America, I've ever since I met Glenn Loop back in 2014, 15, I've constantly supported them. That has never stopped. Even after he left, I continue to support them. But we've done some really good things. I was afforded the luxury of participating, representing the Boutique Cigar Association, which you guys know was operated by myself, Kerry Horney, and Armin Kaprelian. I think we did a phenomenal job. We were non-for-profit. We didn't ask a penny from anybody. It was our time, our efforts. And then when the phone rang, I was the pit bull they sent in to deal with the medical component.
Fight.
Yeah. I was the guy, in the middle of the pit when the toughest questions were asked by the director of the Center for Tobacco Products at the FDA. I'm talking the toughest questions on the planet, man.
Because, rightfully so, having someone like you with your background as a doctor, I mean, that's what I say. You fronted 2 industries or 2 completely different worlds in front of like the U.S., the Congress and senators and whatnot.
But I'll tell you something interesting that I did that nobody knows about, Duncan. Back in 2016, when the shit hit the fan with the FDA, my medical license was retired. It was retired. I developed a defect of the retinas, which didn't allow me to practice anymore. I was a surgeon. And what ended up happening was when the FDA problem came about, I told my wife, I said, you know something? I said, I wish I had my medical license active, because when I'm sitting in front of these guys, whether it would be in 2018, 19, or whenever it was, I want to be sitting in front of them with a active medical license from the state of Florida, right? So I actually went back and I did because I was retired for about 6 years, and I did about 240 continuing medical education hours and exams, which would normally take you 4 or 5 years to do because of the course load and all the seminar. listen, I spent a year traveling around, taking all these courses and exams, and within about 14 months, I invested about probably $25,000 to $30,000 and passed all the certifications again to get relicensed, so that when that day did come, and this is something I've never told anybody because nobody needs to know how much I sacrifice. What drives me is the results that we get.
We go back to what you said earlier. You had a goal, you had a plan, and there was no losing option. You said, I gotta go forward because you never know when this is gonna be coming to play, and it did. I mean, having your licenses literally said, I am an expert in what the hell I'm about to tell you.
Right, correct, 100%. So it turned out to be a blessing. I think that it was well worth it. It's kind of funny now with COVID. I got a letter when the vaccine was out. I got a letter in the mail saying where I could go get it. I haven't gotten the vaccine yet.
I'm waiting for a little bit longer. We want to see.
Here in North Carolina, you cannot get it unless you're 65 or older.
The 65-year-old. I'm waiting until to see if people don't zombie out or turn into aliens.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah, because what was that one Will Smith movie from a failed
I
virus?
Am Legend.
Yeah.
I Am Legend.
that was
Yes.
from a
So we don't want to have any of that
It's
stuff.
supposed to be the cure to cancer is what they had.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Cure to cancer. Yeah. Look at what happened. And people became vampires. Man, I tell you what. Gabby, I gotta go back to the cigar. Love you, but
Thank you.
I'm on second, third.
Yeah, you're killing it.
You know, and these guys know I don't smoke fast. I don't.
Well, I've slowed down because since I got the new car, I don't smoke in it every day. So I've slowed down the number of cigars I smoke.
I'm
slowed down
loving
how long
this.
I smoke it.
Thank you very much.
But it is an excellent cigar.
Well,
Thank
I
you,
want to
guys.
ask you, Seamus, because you got a better palate than I do. Seamus, I'm getting like a nice heavy richness on the inner cheek. That's, to me, it's reminiscent of like man, how can I even say it? It's like this really fantastic well-aged tobacco. Like if you had a little piece of leaf there, and you're like, man, that little juice, that deliciousness. There's a little bit of bitter cocoa, like what people use for baking. It's not like sweet, but it's there.
I like a real rich dark chocolate.
Yeah, man, it is delicious. Listen, I do have an apology to give you. I didn't have a chance to grind the damn coffee and make the coffee hot, but we do have the coffee right here for you guys. It's if you don't know this, Gaby Kafie does coffee, people.
Yes.
Damn good Q-graded coffee.
Yes,
So if you don't know what Q-graded means, that's like on the level of fine, super premium wines. So
I guess we'll have to give our review of that on Saturday. Then.
yeah, Saturday we can do the coffee then. Yeah. Saturday
Do me a favor, if you can, use a French press when you make the coffee.
I don't like the French, but if I find one, I'm gonna press the crap out of one.
What do you guys use? Or you know what, Mike?
French inhaling. No, not the same thing, Mikey. Man, I'll tell you what, my drug days keep coming back to haunt me.
Good thing I'm close to a window.
Real quick, say hello. I'm saying hello to Stephen Herman. Thank you for watching. We got Goni Herrera. Oscar Rodriguez has been watching. So another doctor has been watching.
How are you, baby? I love you.
Loves you, man. He said when you were talking about all the time that you spend, he says, I'm glad he did it. I don't have the patience nor the candor.
I love it. God bless him, man.
Mary McDonald says hello. My mom sends you all the best.
Doña Noli, I love her, man.
And I'm going to say this real quick. I always take a moment in Spanish. Muchísimas gracias a todo el mundo que está mirando en este momento desde los países de habla latina, en España, el Caribe, Centro y Sudamérica. Que Dios me los bendiga a todos. Manténganse siempre con seguridad, tranquilidad.
Sí.
Actúen responsable. We love you all. In Spanish and in English, we love you all. Los queremos a todos de verdad. So I just wanted to say that. I always got to, for the Latinos that are watching.
No, me encanta. Sí, Duncan, si querés podemos hacer la entrevista en español.
Sí, como no. Y entonces estos van they're gonna be like, what in the crap are they saying?
You know, after knowing you for a couple years, I'm actually kind of happy. I could say that I understood none of that. I didn't.
There you
Yeah,
go.
me either.
Zero.
I picked a couple of words up, but it made absolutely no sense.
Like I
I think
go,
he called us ugly a couple times.
ugly number one and ugly number two over here.
A dog or something.
Duncan, mira, I'm going to tell you something in Spanish, and then I'll say it in English, right?
Go ahead.
Cuando yo viajo por diferentes partes de los Estados Unidos, donde son zonas llenas de gringos, ahí en Texas, Pensacola, donde sea, ¿me entendés?
Yeah.
Y empiezo a hablar en español, los gringos se cagan, hermano, porque dicen, ¿de dónde viene este tipo hablando español?
Yeah.
It's hilarious, man.
I heard something about Texas.
Well, you know, Gaby, because of course being a brand owner and also involved heavily in this industry, he does travel quite a bit as well. So he says, you know, a lot of times folks may not even just expect that.
Yeah, they think
you know, it's like people are like, what? This guy, look at him.
Yeah.
You know, it's
funny, man. Well, because I think a lot of it has to do because my English doesn't have an accent. I don't have a Spanish accent or any accent.
No.
I get out the time where I'm from. I said, man, I haven't figured that out yet, but I'll let you know when I do.
Yeah, a lot of people say I don't even have an accent.
Yeah. I always say accent. What the hell kind of accent are you talking about, you damn you all mother, you know what?
So you know what, Duncan, going back to the question you asked me, who is Gaby Kafie?
Yeah.
Brother, you know what, man? I've never gone into anything. I've done three things in my life, and all three things I've loved: medicine, fishing, and cigars.
Yeah, we got number 4, the family.
The family is just kind of a given, brother. It's there. It's God-given.
I love seeing you with Vivian. You guys are like this adorable freaking. I hate to say it like that, but I mess with Gaby every time Vivian picks up the phone and said, "Hey, is my handsome Lebanese around?" She starts laughing her ass. You go, Duncan, you need to stop. I'm like, what, Vivian? What? I mean, I'm 800
Never
pounds.
says stop. She'll pack me up and ship me out of here quicker than you can say it.
But no, man, that's a beauty thing that you say it like that. You know, such pride of ownership, and when you do what you do, and you represent that the way you do.
But there's also another thing, man, that I see that's very special about boutique cigar companies, right? Boutique, I'm talking people that are making less than 1 million cigars a year, although boutique can apply to many things, right?
Yep.
A lot of the cigar industry is comprised of second, third, fourth, fifth generation, right? And this is people that are born into something. That's all they know. That's all they do. They never really looked outside, you know, a different window to see what they want to pursue in life. The guys that are in the boutique cigar world are here because this is what they want to do. Like they made it their primary choice in life to do this.
Yeah.
And mind you, the guys that are coming into this first generation have got the biggest obstacles in the world. First of all, to get into the industry. Second of all, to create a brand that is well received. And credibility and authenticity is so hard. You look, anybody can slap a cigar band on a stick and sell it once. Anybody can do that. I can give my Chihuahua a cigar with a band. Somebody will buy it because he's so cute. But the question is, can you build a company? Can you employ 100 people? In third world countries, most people don't know this, but a salary, when I've talked to different people, politicians in other countries like El Salvador, and a monthly salary for one adult in a country like Honduras feeds on average 3.7 people, apart from him. So when you're providing jobs to 100 people, that's nearly 500 people that you're affecting. So when I wake up every day in the morning, that's what I'm thinking about.
It's families. It's families. It's kids. It's you know all these. It's the infrastructure that is linked to that one employee. And it's a heck of a network, man. Real quick, Oscar Rodriguez says he has an accent, but only when he's selling cigars. I tell you what. You know, but it's a funny thing. I gotta tell you guys, you're gonna love this. Years ago, I was out with my good friend from a local cigar factory here, and man, we were doing a rolling event. You know, we're just hanging out. Nobody was buying a single damn cigar. And I said, man, this is impossible. We're like the main attraction. It's a beautiful wedding, and no one's. Yeah. So I looked at him and I said, Carlos, follow my lead. and don't worry about anything. We're about to sell cigars right now. He goes, what are you going to do? I go, just follow my lead.
Oh, boy.
So I was wearing
Here it goes again.
I was wearing a nice Cuban shirt. I had the Panama hat, and I saw this one woman pass by, and I go, hello, young lady. How are you? My name is Ramon. It is a pleasure to be here working for you, wonderful American women.
Yeah.
Man, she stopped like I was Desi Arnaz, and I was
That's
what do
fantastic.
you call Babalu singing to her. She's like, oh my God, you're wonderful. And she called her friend. Literally within a few minutes, I was like, I am so happy to be in America working for such amazing people. We're doing some fantastic cigars, everybody. Man, the accent of Ricky Ricardo kicked in,
Beautiful.
and we sold nonstop. So it's a little dumb anecdote, but I also have an accent when I sell cigars. Asier Ebal in Spain, te manda saludos. Thank you.
Don Asier. I love him, man. How are you?
I'm telling you, people don't know, one of the best writers and reviewers in all of Europe, in my opinion. Así es que Dios te bendiga, que siga la música, mi hermano. Muchas gracias.
Qué bello. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man, you know, it's people like this, you know, from watching, we've had from Mexico, from Puerto Rico, Canada, Spain. And this is a little show, man. I was telling everybody the other day, man, I'm so blessed when we hit these really nice viewership numbers. I'm like, man, it's not us, man. It's these folks who are doing it for us.
People love positivity, Duncan, and that's what you are, man. You're positive. Positive.
You know, a little laughter. Gabby, I got a question.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to go into the next one because I think, you know what, you briefly touched upon it earlier, and I love it because now I'm excited. This is part of that future stuff that's headed our way, again, the right way. You mentioned a website. I'm going to say boutiquesmoke.com. What's this craziness? You said Vivian and you said, let's do it. Tell me about that. I'm excited. What's up?
So, you know, I'll keep it really brief and to the point, right? So our company, as small as it is, we have about 145 different products.
Small company, right? Did you get that?
Yeah.
Small company, right? Petite.
No, we I think, you know, a small company last year, if we were to measure, you know, how many cigars we did last year, was close to 600,000 cigars.
Wow.
Which to me is a dream that I thought would never be achieved. It's always, I find myself working, and then once in a while I'll look up, and when I look up, I'm like, holy shit, how did we get here? You know? But what happened is that a lot of the people that we love to work with are brick and mortar shop owners, family owned, small businesses. They could be anywhere. Orlando, where you guys are at. It's like everybody's on a first name basis, and there's limited shelf space. And what's happening is this product might do well here. That product might do well over there. We have different stores do well with different products. And what's happened is our portfolio has grown, but we don't have a single store that carries our entire portfolio. So my dream had always been to eventually develop what's called like a Kafie 1901 signature lounge.
Right.
Where it carries all of our goods. It could be in Miami, a destination where, you know, it's a wholesale factory, not wholesale, but factory direct, kind of like El Galan has on Bird Road.
I totally understand. Yep.
That was my dream, but then the pandemic hit. And I said, I want to have a store where we can have all of our products on there. But here's the catch with that store, because one thing I never want to do is discount. If we discount on that store, we're undercutting our brick and mortar shop. The second thing that we're developing now, and you guys actually are store number one, Doña Noli Cigars is store number one, the affiliate program.
The hat is off. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Arigato.
So now what we've done is Duncan's store has been issued a special code, which gives customers a 10% discount.
And I'm about to post it real quick, if I may, if you don't mind.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Absolutely. And then it's gonna, what I'm about to put everybody real quick, it is, how do I say it?
Coupon.
Coupon. Because see, they made fun of me because I said, "Oh, we're gonna get a coupon code." And you're like, "What the heck's a coupon?"
Coupon.
A coupon.
A Cuban code.
A Cuban code. We're gonna get a Cuban code. I'm about to put something for everybody right now that this is direct, not from me. I didn't make this up. Direct from that handsome young Lebanese right there.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Duncan.
I want to do this for you. So I'm going to give this now out to everybody. And we're going to post the crap out of this real quick. Let me go to the little comment section. This is the official coupon code.
Cuban code.
Coupon code.
Cuban code. You're so stupid, Mike.
Thank you.
If you guys in the comment section, if you have any questions, like, listen, Kafie's got so much knowledge. Duncan has so much knowledge. If you have any questions,
Thank you, man. Thank you.
anything like that, post them in the comments. We'll put them up there, and we'll ask Gaby a few questions. And more.
I do want to emphasize this really quick. Excellent. Perfect, Duncan. Thank you, man. So we see our brick and mortar shops feeling a lot of pain right now. And our distribution facility, and you've been down here to my office, Duncan.
Yeah.
We've got a 45-foot long wall that's 10 feet high that is literally full of every single cigar that we produce. We're 100 units deep on.
When you visit with him, it's like you walk in and you're like, Jesus, where do I begin, man?
Where do I start smoking? What I wanted to do is I wanted our office, our distribution office, to become an extension of Doña Noli Cigars. So our entire warehouse is now
My warehouse.
Duncan's retail store.
I love it. And now everybody can have a wonderful 10% when, and I'm about to also put right now, I'm going to put the website and immediately following the coupon code.
Cuban code.
The Cuban code. You guys are, I can't take these guys. Look, I can't take these guys, man. But thank God for them, because without these guys, I couldn't do
Yes.
anything,
And something very important, Duncan, that I want to say is typically a brick and mortar shop will buy product from us at wholesale price, and then they receive it. So they'll pay shipping. Like, say you might pay $20, $30, $40 to ship the product to his store. Then he's got to display it. And then as he sells it, that's where you make your living. What we're doing is we're literally bypassing having to send product from our office to his office to the consumer. We're by taking out that step, it ships direct to the consumer, and Doña Noli receives the proceeds of each and every sale that comes through our site. Plus, you get that 10% discount.
I mean, it's literally like if I had all of his inventory
right here with us right now.
Correct. And you can say, you know what, man, I'm going to choose the Sumatra in a Corona, boom, right now. I'm going to choose the Connecticut in a Churchill, boom, right now.
So
I'm going to choose anything.
You can create your own box and have it shipped to you.
Well, no, it's not create a box. It's basically per box.
Yeah. No, because we've also, the entire site, all 144 different cigars also have 5-packs.
Oh, and they have the 5. Well, there you go. So you can even get a 5-pack
There we go.
with 10% off.
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Man, you know what, Gaby? You're going to get a lot of hugs from people from all over the place.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Because that's insane right there.
It was 6 months of hard work.
You briefly, we talked about this. You didn't just hire one random IT. No, he went. I know the story. I'm not gonna go crazy. He went and said, as you said, kept the goal. You were aggressive. You were gonna win. You said, I want a team that's gonna do this the right way, dude. I'm telling you, it's insane, the commitment.
The website was developed using WordPress, which I'm sure you guys have heard of.
I've heard of it.
But there's 3 components, right? There's photography, there's graphic designs, and there's ease of use. And one of the beautiful things about the site is that it uses artificial intelligence to make itself automatically adapt to any platform that you view it on. So if you view it on your iPhone, it'll automatically adapt so that it's easy to use on your phone, a Samsung. You could use it on an iPad, on a desktop computer. So whatever screen you pop it up on, it automatically conforms to the shape and the resolution of that screen.
Nice.
And that to me was really important, because one of the things about shopping online is if you know, it's funny, right? Cigars for me are pleasure. And when you're seeking pleasure, the brain acts in a very mysterious way, right? when you're on your journey to get pleasure, if there's an obstacle that makes that process a little complicated,
Hmm.
people just they shut the website down.
Chris Bowlby brings up a very good question. Now, Chris, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna repost again the website, the coupon code. But he asked thoughts on bringing the Kafie brand to Canada, or is that too much of a logistical limit? Do you currently sell in Canada? Because you are an international brand.
Right. So at the present time, we are shipping orders from our website to Canada.
Nice. So, Chris, there you go, brother.
Yeah,
Look
and
it out. It's a code, man.
I would tell Chris to please use the coupon code for Doña Noli.
Absolutely.
Your discount will ship direct to you. We don't label it cigars or anything like that. We just put hobby supplies or personal items, whatever it is, because we don't want it to get stuck in customs. But we just started working with one of the biggest distributors in Canada. That relationship will develop over the next 6 months. But we're blessed, man. We really are blessed.
So, Chris, there's your answer right there, brother, and which is a big yes. There's the website. The coupon code,
Cuban.
the Cuban code is Dona Noli for 10% off, and it goes straight to you, man. I'm super duper.
On the website, there's. Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
That code, do you use it at checkout, or where does that code go?
At checkout.
At checkout.
Okay.
Yep. So if you
just want to make sure so people don't get confused.
You get 2 or 3 things. You use the coupon, and all of a sudden you got. Let's say if your order was $300, $400, you're saving $40 right there on that order, man, and that's great. If you want to get samples, I'll tell you what, it's a great idea. There's something fun. You go there, you say, I don't know what to smoke, but I have a few friends. What you do is you buy 4 or 5 of the sample packs, put it together. Now that lump sum order gets a big, massive 10%. You get it. You're sharing with your buddies. Now they all know. And that just, again, creates a beautiful network of like, well, I like the Connecticut, but my buddy likes the Don Fernando Maduro. And, and then, boom, they will order. They also get 10% off, man. That's nice.
So every cigar on the site, as of today, all the premium cigars, the Sumatra, the San Andres, the Connecticut blend by Kafie 1901, and our Don Fernando Maduro, the original, they've all received 90+ ratings. And all 4 of those in the past 4 years have been nominated for some amazing, prestigious category by Cigar Journal magazine.
How many? 4 years back to back? I've seen it
in a row. Best Cigar Honduras, Best Value Cigar Honduras, Best Brand Honduras. And then just recently in January, our Kafie Connecticut was nominated Best Value Cigar Honduras for Connecticut cigars.
And I'm gonna just touch upon this one real quick because the guys, everybody watches know that Los Tres Maduros. We are really fans of rich, full-bodied cigars. The heavier stuff. But there's something, and I'm gonna say this right here, right now. Your Kafie Connecticut, man, it is not your typical Connecticut.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Funny thing is, when people walk into the shop, I'm looking for a nice, mild cigar. I know what they're thinking. Nothing wrong against the Macanudo or nothing wrong. God bless that. But I always say, do you want something that's got creaminess, flavor, complexity, and it's not gonna, knock you down? Then you got to smoke this Connecticut because first of all, it'll stand up to a 12-year-old Scotch. It'll be best buddies with a good Irish whiskey. It'll be best friends with a beautiful stout beer. So it's got enough body behind it that it can go toe-to-toe with a beautiful pairing. It's a fantastic morning smoke with a good cup of coffee. So there is something to be said that what you created with that Connecticut.
Thank you, Duncan.
Set a bar, in my opinion.
That Connecticut, 5 years in production. The Toro is our number 1 selling cigar of the entire 140 cigar lineup.
Wow.
The Kafie Connecticut Toro. And what I love about that cigar is that the blend, and I repeat the word, the blend, it took about almost a year and a half to create. See, what a
That's
lot of people don't understand about a blend is that the easiest thing to do in the cigar world is to make a very strong cigar or a very mild cigar. You can put a beginner roller to make a very strong cigar. It's not that difficult. It's actually very easy. The hard thing to do is to find that middle ground.
and you do it with the Connecticut.
It's a well balanced blend. It's got good strength. You get a nice little kick on the retrohale. It's elegant. I've always looked for elegance in the delivery of a smoke. It should be pleasurable to smoke.
I agree. I mean, I think that sometimes, and I know that Seamus does enjoy very rich, very full body. I know you do like that. In the pack, he's got Connecticut to smoke at home, the Gaby Kafie, and I put in another one and stuff like that. So
Beautiful.
I want you guys to smoke them on your own time and then really look at these Connecticut cigars. I don't think that they smoke like any Connecticut out there, and not because you're on watching Gaby. I love you, and I'll call it like I see it. But you also said something very unique. The blend took over a year. A lot of folks believe that I'm gonna make a blend. Great, not a problem. Boom, 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 boom. There's your blend. No, it doesn't work that way, man.
No.
There's a lot of guys who are the real masters, the real dons, the guys who do this. They will sit and they will come up with blend after blend after blend for weeks, months, and they may not even hit the right one. Yes, sir.
How do you go about starting a blend? Will you take like a single type of leaf from a single plant and smoke it and say, I like that flavor that would go with this type of leaf? Or is it something where you put a bunch of them together and add?
Correct me if I'm wrong in this, Gaby. Let me just feel this out real quick. So, the idea a lot of times is you're gonna see on a table you're gonna talk to the blender or the blend master, and you're gonna tell them verbally what you're looking for. I want something that's got these characteristics. So he's gonna go to his stock inventory. Within there, he's gonna maybe bring out 10, 15, 20 different varietals of leaves, wrappers, primings. There's a lot of different criteria that goes into it, but he'll come out and he says, well, you know what? Now we got to understand what we're about to put together. So he might take one, make a small little cigarette and said, smoke this one leaf and tell me what you like and what you don't like about it. And that process is maybe the very, very tip of that iceberg before they can even begin to put just the ones that you liked together. And then here's the kicker. When you put them together, it may suck. It may not be even remotely good. So then he's got to go back with you and say, okay, well, what was the good about that and what was the bad? Let's eliminate the bad. And that process begins again from the beginning. So it's not an overnight thing. I've had this discussion with a lot of guys and said, people, when you sit down to come up with the idea of what blend you're going to smoke, dude, I'm the lowest man on that totem pole. I don't know anything. I love talking to guys like you. I love talking to the old dudes, man.
So it's kind of like baking bread.
Baking bread, to an extent, is a very simplified way of saying it, which is beautiful because you may have the core elements, but if you shift them differently, you could have bread, you could have cake, you could have cookies, you could have pancake, you could have all kinds of different things.
Very, very dense cake.
Yeah, and it'll take you maybe 100 tries before you get that perfect cake.
Yes.
So there is I'll add to that. Man, when you were talking, Duncan, first of all, everything you said is accurate. But when you were talking, I remember back in 2015 when I flew down to Honduras and I met with our team who we had just brought on board, Oscar Ferreira, my right-hand man. And I used to produce all my cigars at the Puros Indios factory, Rolando Reyes Sr., who to me is probably one of the 5 best tobacco technicians that ever lived.
Yep.
And that's just not my opinion. All the major journals have said the same thing. And when I left their family, I didn't want to go anywhere else. I wanted to start my own factory. So the first question was, okay, we need to start buying tobacco. So you have to look at what's available to you in your territory. And over the years, as we've grown, more and more tobaccos have become available to us. But here's what we've also learned is that they're not fermented to our liking. So we've had to take tobacco that we're acquiring from farmers and ferment it for an extra 3 months, 6 months, sometimes even longer, to get the tobaccos to be where we want them to be to make the blends that we want to make. That's why after 7 years of doing this, we're at a point now where if you notice, a lot of factories don't dabble in too many different wrappers. So what I mean by that is if you look at Padron, and I love them because in I always say this, in Christianity, you know, we always say, what would Jesus do, right?
Yep.
If you're ever stuck in the cigar business, you always say, what would Padron do when you have a problem, right? Or what would Fuente do? Padron makes Habano Naturals and Maduros, right? That's it.
Yep.
He doesn't dabble in Sumatra. He doesn't dabble in Arapiraca. He doesn't dabble. His area of expertise is very collimated. They did the Damaso, the Connecticut blend.
Yep.
But I don't think that really caught a lot of attention from connoisseurs.
I'm not gonna weigh in on that one. That's another topic. But I'm gonna say one thing about Padrones, and I've always said this to everybody. The one word that exemplifies Padron is consistency.
Yes.
Padron today, 10 years down the line, it's still the exact same bloody cigar, and I think that's a beautiful thing. And they're not giving you a beautiful cigar. Some of it, you look at it like, wow, but they're giving you a very, very
every time.
Yeah,
you know what you're getting every time.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Hey, Gaby, real quick before I don't charge you. A young man had posted a quick question because I know this is one of your brainchilds right here. Donald Lambert had asked, and actually I've smoked the Mansa, which is a beast of a smoke.
Thank you.
Is the Mansa Double Ligero a limited run or regular production? That's our good buddy Alex Spencer. Love this.
Yes, Donald Lambert. So Alex Spencer came to me with a vision, a very long-term vision of what he wanted to build. And the Mansa is a regular production cigar.
Nice.
Unfortunately, because of the tobaccos that are in it, it's not something that can be mass produced. So it's limited production.
There's also time frame because aging is got a set. Now tell me this. People think that once you make a cigar, boom, you take it out the market. You can't do that.
That's
right. They gotta come to terms with the flavors are done the right way. So
everything's gotta blend together.
It's sometimes like, Mikey, like let's say you get a good cigar and you say, well, now I'm gonna leave it alone for 6 months. Man, that cigar in 6 months is amazing. So it's
that's what I'm doing with your rum.
The rum ones.
The rum ones, I've got those sitting in the humidor, and I'm gonna let them sit and see how they taste.
You know what you'll find is that the more you let them sit, so there's cigar rolling aging, then there's the cigar was made, then it's aged, and then there's aging in your humidor.
Yep.
There's actually 3 types of aging that you could do on a cigar. Most cigars sold in America aren't typically ready to smoke when you buy them. It's very rare. And if they are ready to smoke, they're usually carry a price sticker of $20+ each, in my opinion. One of the things that we do here is that we carry so much inventory here that any cigar that ships to a customer was literally made between 3 to 6 months ago. So, and every single box that we make is made out of Spanish cedar for a purpose. That's the ideal way to store and age your cigars, in a Spanish cedar box.
Absolutely. I love the fact that that's a good question. I love the guys who were watching the show tonight because a lot of times, we love a cigar and then we go back to the shop and like, okay, what happened? It's not here to go, well, this is not necessarily, a fact that all of a sudden there's a problem. It's like, you got to understand there is a process. And being boutique means that process is even more quality driven. And one of the biggest key things is time.
So the Mansa is also available on boutiquesmoke.com.
Well, there you are. The website's back up again. What is a great saying that the Fuentes say that they will never rush the hands of time, man? I know that fact. I can tell you this true story because I'm a big fan of Fuentes, and I've known them for some time, is literally I have known Carlito will hold back a cigar because the aging is not there yet. It doesn't matter if it's like, the Opus and he's going to make a lot of money. It doesn't matter what it is. He'll say, the cigar is not ready. It's not ready. Why are we going to set to market something that is not ready?
Right.
So for the Manza, what would you gain by saying, you know what, we can produce this and get it out there? You can't do that.
You know what? It really comes down to, Duncan, how deep your pockets are.
Yeah.
The guys that are really doing things right have deep pockets. And I don't mean deep pockets like they've got a ton of cash in the bank. But no, all of our cash is tied up in tobacco. For us, I think when we launched the website, one of the things that I wanted to add, because I wanted our website to be a place for connoisseurs to go there and have fun. So we added 6 different types of coffees for you to experiment with the cigars that we make.
Wow.
We did a blend from Sumatra. We actually acquired single source Sumatra coffee beans so that you could pair that with a Sumatra cigar. We brought in a single source Brazilian coffee so that when you smoke our Mexican San Andres, our box press cigar, it actually has Brazilian Matafina in it. And we want people to pair the Brazilian coffee with that cigar.
Nice.
And there's a coffee from Ethiopia. Oh my God. You look at it, it's not very dark roasted. It's a light roast, but the caffeine in that cigar is I think, in my opinion, I don't know if you guys the lower the shade of roast, the higher the caffeine content in the coffee.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't know that. They think that when the darker the coffee, you're almost I don't want to say like burning out the goodness, but you're taking out that strength because you're burning it all out.
I just found that out like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
You are a coffee guy, or not at all?
No.
I know that you are not a coffee guy.
No.
But on Saturday, we're going to go ahead and we're going to drink your coffee with our cigars.
Do you remember what I sent you, Dunk? Can you see what I sent you?
It is the Ethiopian right here.
Beautiful.
And we have the Colombian as well.
Oh, that Colombian, man, is fantastic. Oh,
I'm going to do it right here so everybody can kind of take a look. There you go. So this is the Colombian. This is the Ethiopian right here, guys. And you said this is also on the website.
Right. So the Colombian is Colombian Supremo coffee, which is the highest grade coffee from one farm coming out of
a full pound.
A full pound. Yeah, we don't shortchange customers and sell them 12 ounces like everybody else does.
I love it, man.
A lot of people don't know when you take a pound of coffee and you roast it.
That's a beast. Take a smell.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting like oogly googly over the smell alone here, man. Oh, this is some good stuff. I mean, I'm Cuban. I'm a diehard coffee guy. I
the Colombian was stronger.
Oh.
Stronger coffee smell.
I love coffee, period, man. Yeah, I wish you were here. I'd give you a hug.
I have to share this with you, man. When you roast coffee is graded based on density, right? How much it weighs per volume. When you roast it, you lose about 20% weight. That's why everybody selling boutique coffees is selling 12 ounces.
Right.
So they're taking a pound of coffee that they paid X amount for, and they're giving you the 12 ounces. That's the end roasted product. But I feel like you're shortchanging the customer when you're not selling them a full pound.
Gotcha.
We actually took the hit. But even though we lose 20 to 25% in weight when we roast the coffee, we absorb that because we want to give our patrons the best coffee at the best price.
And that right there is part and parcel of why you do what you do and at the level that you do it, Gaby. Now, there's another thing that maybe I could be wrong, but you're also doing chocolate, like gourmet chocolate also on the website?
It's in development right now.
Okay, but it's coming. Something like
coming.
Oh, good stuff, man.
So what you know this.
Hey, Mike just asked a question. What do you think about? Have you ever done like hot chocolate or hot cocoa with a cigar?
I have never have.
For those of us that don't drink coffee.
Yeah, I mean, because that what he's like. Since he's not a coffee guy, I imagine that whatever you're gonna put out, it's very good quality chocolate. I can only imagine, dude, doing a really nice hot cup of cocoa, and maybe a Don Fernando Maduro that has these really dark, rich
Yes.
notes. There's something about that.
Yeah.
I like my chocolate when I drink my hot chocolate. I don't like it too sweet. I really want to experiment the true flavor of the chocolate with whatever, because I have done hot chocolates with cigars, and something about a rich Maduro with a good cup of cocoa, man. I think that would be a good thing for you, Mikey. If you're not a big coffee guy, that hot man, that's an idea. We can do another show around that one day.
So the one thing, the direction I'm going in is everybody in the cigar world has gotten educated. We could talk about Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, Mexico, Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, and everybody can mention a cigar that has a tobacco from that country, right?
Right.
The coffee world, it's become very diluted, right? Because everything is a blend. I don't know if you guys realize, but when you go to a Starbucks and you're drinking their coffee, it's a blend of multiple regions. So with the coffee, what I wanted to do was do single source. That way you taste every country. And with the cocoa, I want to do the same thing. I want people to taste Honduras cocoa, Colombian cocoa, Brazilian cocoa. Because the chocolate's going to taste different. Bless you. The chocolate's going to taste different from every region. And then all of a sudden you start pairing coffee, chocolate, cigars. And the beautiful thing about these three raw materials is they grow in similar regions in each country.
You're spot on about that. A lot of folks don't understand that they have a beautiful marriage. I mean, the same soil that can give you fantastic tobacco, probably maybe a few acres away, they're growing coffee
up on the mountains. Yep.
And on another mountain not too far, there could be a cocoa plantation. You're spot on about that, man. I love this boutique concept of marrying flavors. I love that.
So with that said, the creation of Boutique Smoke was a platform for me to be able to be creative and not force. We don't have a sales force. We don't have a sales team. We have no salespeople. And I can't call my retailer in Texas and say, hey, I want you to carry 150 products that we carry. It's a different type of company. And I wanted a place where we can debut all of our products and have retailers that can participate through our warehouse. This way they could bring in the best sellers in their region. But if a customer walks in and says, hey, you know what, I really like that cigar, I need a box or two and I want it in this size, well, they can order it. It just makes things easier for everybody. In this day and age, 2021, if you don't have a platform where anybody can buy anything you want that you make, I think there's a disconnect. But you have to do it in a way that protects the brick and mortar.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. I know that a lot of folks have looked at it, that there is a slight disconnect between, the big internet giant sellers, the brick and mortar. There was always like this, they're going to put the brick and mortar out. I go, well, I've had to rethink my own structure of business. I am what I consider an old war horse. I'm not a techie guy. I'm not IT anything. I've had to dive headfirst into the world of creating an online business. And it's hard. It really is. But what you're offering also to even, let's say, a 60-year-old, mom and pop who's never done that before, you're telling them, hey, I got your back. I'm going to create something for you that will help drive business for you, will be mutual. And as you said, maybe they can't carry all your products. Maybe they can't bring in all the coffee, all the cigars. But this way, they can offer that to their clients. They can say, hey, guys, we printed out a beautiful poster that has this information, and they can put that at least on their window, on their wall, and say that. And Gaby Kafie's my guy. You go to this website, he's got you. That's a huge weapon in the arsenal of the old schoolers.
Yeah, it is. It is
to balance things out a little bit. I love it.
Well, here's my other question. Say I order today, how long does it take for me to get my shipment?
So no, what's the turnaround?
So it usually ships same day. It's 2 to 3 days.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at you people. Not Canada. We're working on Canada. Calm down, Chris. Calm down.
Canada's averaging about 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah, that seems to be normal for most things when you order anything.
Yeah.
It's 5 to 10.
So
business days.
Well, that's
if you're in the state of Florida, it's you're going to get it the next day if you order before 5 p.m.
That's it. I'm moving to Florida.
Yeah.
No, there's no income tax.
The other thing is as well, it's the fact of the matter that you are an all-in-one. You are you're your own warehouse. You're your own distributor. You're your own vendor. You're the all-in. You have vertically integrated this process. That let's say Seamus goes home. He goes on the website. He orders. He's not dealing with anybody. He is literally dealing with Gaby himself. Gaby will see the order. It came in tonight. Well, in the morning, the order gets flipped.
It'll go out. Yep.
In 2-3 days, you're smoking that damn cigar.
That's
Not
right.
bad. Not bad.
Yeah, depending on the post office.
Yeah. I mean, right now, I think Miami to me is 2-3 days.
That's not bad.
You know, or Miami, North Carolina, this region. That's not too bad at all. I mean, literally.
Yeah. Well, before the elections, we had a lot of delays. During the electoral count, we had a lot of delays, but now that that's done with, it's back to normal.
I know that Gaby sent in a very hefty check to the Biden campaign. Thank you, Gaby. Thank you, Gaby.
No, there was another reason I asked because it took me almost a month to get a Christmas card.
Oh, wow. Well, you want to laugh. I have, Alliance Cigars in New York. They sent me a beautiful postcard for Christmas and New Year's that arrived yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and it was I kid you not, it was dated December the 20th or something like that. So it was like 5 days before the holiday. And I'm like, wow, it took about almost 4 weeks for me to get it. That's awesome.
Did they walk it down here?
I think they did, man.
Hey, you going to North Carolina next week? Yeah, take that bag of mail with you.
You know, but that's also something, fellas, when you're dealing with a vertically integrated system, and I'm going to say like this, it's almost like it's a hands-free way of saying, you know what, I'm taking ownership of this. I'm going to go to the website. I'm not dealing, and I'm not in a negative way. I'm not dealing with Duncan. I'm not dealing with, Joe Blow from that shop. I'm not dealing, I'm going to still support them because I'm using their coupon code, which is great. Mm-hmm. But I'm not dealing with Gaby, man. I'm dealing with the guy. I'm dealing direct.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's really cool.
So, if somebody has a problem getting their package, do they go directly back to their website?
So what happens when you place an order is usually if it's before 5 p.m., you'll get a tracking number within an hour. It'll be emailed directly to you. And then if you place an order like at 10 p.m., you'll get a tracking number usually before noon the next day.
Right.
But, I mean, you can track the packet. You know exactly where your money's at.
Everything where it's going.
So if it gets lost in the mail, you go to the mail or whatever.
Nothing gets lost in the mail. And if it does, if there's a delay of over a week, we just send out a repeat order and we'll go ahead and use a different carrier. Like USPS has been great. There have been delays, but if we do find, we had a customer that had ordered a lot of coffee, right? They love our coffee. And there was a delay, so we just shipped out another order of coffee using UPS. So
he's backing it.
Yeah.
He's got it backed up.
Yeah, and that perfectly answers my question. Thank you.
The young man is recognized from Russia. Go ahead.
Hello, comrade. No, Gaby, do you ever worry if you order cigars online? Do you ever worry about whoever the carrier is, whether it's USPS or FedEx or UPS, whatever? You ever worry about them like just cramming the cigars in your mailbox and like them getting damaged in any way?
Well,
so we do two things when we pack every order, whether if it's a box or a Ziploc bag with cigars in it. Every order ships with Belveda packs in them.
For freshness.
And then we always use a box. We pack so many packing peanuts in there. It's kind of embarrassing. We really protect the shipment.
Really want to damage it.
They try to run it over with the truck.
I mean, literally, I received your package, and I'm going to tell you my experience. It was everything exactly as you described it. Everything had the Bobita packs. It was a big box, which creates a buffer zone, and it was inundated with freaking peanuts. It's like you swear it was being sent to a damn elephant. So this thing was in the center. So it was never going to get
You
damaged.
should add a
You know
little
what?
so when they open it up, it goes
We're
there.
actually looking for a better system because we don't want. We've had one person complain about the peanuts and the whole biodegradable thing. So we're actually looking into an alternative packing method. But I don't want to use the plastic that is. You've seen those machines that inflate the little plastic balloons.
Yellow things, yeah.
I'm not a fan of the plastic. You know,
At the end of the day, like I said, it doesn't go anywhere. It just becomes more and more and more,
Right,
more
right.
hard, you know. And
I mean, maybe you can get deal something with like a popcorn company or something.
listen,
You know what, Duncan? I'm going to put real popcorn in there.
yeah, Gabby, I'm 220 pounds and trying to lose some weight. The last thing you need is to be part of the diabetic explosion
Yeah.
in America.
Yes, especially if you cover it with caramel.
Oh, dude, don't
Same
do
with
that.
cotton candy.
Don't, cotton candy. Look at this one over here, cotton candy.
Hey,
Um,
Now, one thing, guys, very exciting, and I do want to mention this because it's in the works right now. We're actually going to be the first e-commerce website in the country that when you go to check out, there's going to be a place where you can donate to Cigar Rights of America.
Awesome.
So that's
But-
funny, man. Armin's the man. But yeah, we want to have that option, whether it's $1, $2, $5, you get to put how much you want. If you want to donate 50 cents, you put the amount that you want to donate, and then at the end of each month, we'll cut a check to Cigar Rights of America and send it out to them.
again,
nice.
one more add-on that I think it's value on a different level. It does put a little something from yourself towards a worthwhile cause for you to keep smoking what you like, man.
Right.
So that they don't quote unquote cancel culture everything.
Yeah, and like Gabby
Yeah.
said, listen, if you want to donate 1,000, God bless. If you want to donate $2, God bless you. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm a big fan, Gabby, of the blue collar guys. I love the regular blue collar. You're a truck driver for a living, but you're military as well. Mike, you're an engineer. I mean, you're a simple blue collar guys. To me, if it wasn't for the blue collar American guys keeping me going, I don't have the guy that walks in and buys a $20 cigar every day. I really don't. I don't even think I go looking for that guy, but I love him. Great. You know who I love? I love the guys who are doing it the real way, hard workers. And so you know what? Those guys are going to go to the website and say, you know what? I can't afford a lot, but I'm going to put in an extra $2-3.
Yes.
I want to keep smoking my cigars. And this organization fights for that right 100%.
Just so everybody know, we're a corporate sponsor of Cigar Rights of America.
Well, I've known that forever, man.
Yeah.
And, dude, I'm telling you.
But we're also being socially responsible. We're, apart from me being a personal member, lifetime member, we're also a corporate sponsor, and we believe in what they do, and we've seen the results.
Yeah, we're deep into second hour, and I don't mind it, but I want to say it like this. We've talked a lot today about you and what you do, but I want a positive message from you, the man that you are. What can you tell the folks out there right now? Something positive that we can grab onto and say, this is for the year.
Direct cable.
Direct cable. Screw you and direct cable. Look at this one. Direct cable.
You know, the one thing I can think about is that 50% of all jobs in the United States come from family-owned businesses. And when the pandemic hit in March of last year, you'll see American Airlines lay off 5,000 people. But believe me when I tell you that family-owned businesses laid off 100,000 people. And that's what they don't mention on the news. So if you want to see America come back stronger than ever, your dollars matter, and you got to put them behind family-owned companies.
Mhm.
That's the most important message I could say. Whether you, I'm trying to read what you put up there. Working.
Yeah. Makes the world go round. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that statement, man. I really do. We're not going to talk about what Armin put about you putting C4 explosives in your packages. Armin, you're crazy.
But
Armin. God bless him.
That's a clear
we all have to look at our local mom and pop shops in our town and support them. You can buy products online through our affiliate program, but nothing beats supporting your local shops.
Agreed.
We did not build the website to replace the tobacconist experience. Because if it wasn't for Duncan, the first person I ever met out of North Carolina, if it wasn't for Duncan, we wouldn't be where we're at today. If it wasn't for all of our brick and mortar shops that have supported us since day one, we would not be where we are today. So I see this as a way of giving back, and to make giving brick and mortar shops the luxury of having our entire arsenal of products without having to buy it.
It's awesome, man.
We're all going through a tough time. No, I don't know anybody that right now is well, except Elon Musk and Jeff.
Poor guy. His struggle is real.
He sold all of his stuff.
He sold all of it, right? Poor thing. He sold the comic book collection and stuff. But
Nerd.
freaking idiot. I'm gonna say the only thing I can say that even it pales is thank you very, very much. I remember I met you when I was as a matter of fact, I'm in North Carolina, but I met Gaby while I was down in South Carolina working for Tobacco Plus. At the time, you were with the Save the Leaf Foundation, which was spearheaded by Glenn Loop. Wonderful organization that brought a lot of attention to the FDA overreaching regulations. So thank you for who you are.
Thank you, man.
Most, man.
It's been a struggle, but you know what? I don't think we've changed, you or I or anybody that we know. When you're struggling every day, and it is a struggle. People think, oh wow, look, he built the website. The website, it was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, it didn't happen overnight.
No, it's like schoolwork.
Yeah.
But when you have a family business, there's a lot that you sacrifice. Sometimes Christmas isn't what it's supposed to be. There's, but the family understands what we're trying to build.
Yeah.
And we want to build something that blesses other people. And when you bless other people, those blessings come back. That's the only way. That's the only way to really go through life.
I'm gonna begin my wrap up over here, going back to this cigar, Gaby. I'm at last third. The amping up of flavors, the intensity, the deliciousness is there, folks. This is the Sumatra by Dr. Gaby Kafie. Seamus, your thoughts on the cigar still? I mean,
about halfway through, the pepper's back, but it's not really heavy, and it's a little bit more on the back side.
Yeah, like a little something like right back here. Yeah, man. But it's enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, oh my God, I can't smoke that. It's a pepper bomb. It's not that. It's balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey, anything on the cigar?
Well, I mean, since the beginning, for some reason, I got most of it in the back of my mouth.
Good man.
And it
Keep going all the way to the back. That's what she said.
really.
Go to the back.
Wow.
Yeah, that took a bad turn.
Sharp left turn.
Thank you, Duncan. That's awesome.
Listen, man. I always say to everybody at the end, I always say my thank yous and definitely my God bless yous to everybody. Like you said, we're all in this together. It's a fight. Unless you're like, some uber wealthy guy, God bless you if you are. God bless you. There's nothing wrong with that. But the core of what America is the everyday guy doing it for the right reasons. We're talking to one guy that's all he's been doing all his life. Seamus, any parting words, any last thoughts you want to throw out there?
Well, going back to what Kafie said about the tobacconist, is you can shop for cigars online all day long. You can read reviews, but that's not going to replace walking into a shop,
right,
and smelling the cigar that he may be smoking, walking into the humidor and smelling all the different blends that the aroma of that humidor.
Mm-hmm. It's an experience,
right?
Yeah.
And the website's not going to tell you, I've smoked this cigar, this is what I got from it, and it is it's worth every penny.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a great balance. I'm going to add to what he just said, because as I said earlier, there could be some, so there could be some brick and mortar shops that are old school. They don't do it. This gives them a weapon in their arsenal to keep doing it.
Right. So what we expect is people in your territory to call you, Duncan, and say, hey, you know what? I want to order something from Boutique Smoke. Can you help me out? And it could be just a simple phone call. It could be a text message. And we still want you always to guide and direct people so that they get the most out of their money.
Mm-hmm.
We can't take the brick and mortar out of the equation. The whole industry would disappear.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. And I go back to it, man. You've given me a great tool, a great weapon to continue doing what I do. tomorrow I will call you. I was given a good tip. I met over the phone a fantastic individual. His name is Carmen Occhiola. Real nice Italian kid. They have a cigar bar in Mount Holly, so I'm going down there tomorrow to visit them. I'm going to have your information as well. I'm going to introduce myself. We'll see what happens. You know, I know, like he said, I'm not repping Gaby Kafie. I don't even think I would be good at it. But you know what? I'm going to tell them, you know, this is also a brand that if you're not carrying, you should. It's the least anybody could do. That's networking. That's helping everybody right there. Mikey, anything you want to throw out? I mean, you want to say anything out there?
I think you guys have covered everything as far as the brick and mortar thing. If you can support them whenever you can.
I agree, man.
I know times are tough, but keep trying.
Listen, you know what? One cigar that was sold today is one more cigar that may not have been sold.
Yeah.
And that does help. That does help.
Every cigar needs a good home.
Oh, yes. Every cigar needs a good home. I like that. We don't have to steal that. To everybody, man, thank you, everybody, so much, man. Everybody, this is Doctor, a real doctor, another one, the second doctor in a month. Holy Moses, Dr. Gaby Kafie of Kafie 1901. The website is there. The coupon code, the Cuban code is there. If you guys have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I got you 100%. Man, I don't even know what else to say, Gaby. You're awesome.
Brother, thank you so much. All three of you, man.
Let's not wait this long to do another one.
I know. This one took a while. It's been almost 10, 11 months.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
But just be safe. Be careful. You know, I was talking to a nurse the other day, and she really put it very simple when it came to COVID. And, you know, mask or no mask, everybody has different philosophies. Keep your distance, but most importantly, don't touch your face.
Yeah. We try not to. No kissing and hugging here.
Yeah, just don't touch your face.
Not everybody else.
This has been a real pleasure, man. Thank you for allowing me to really tell the story of where we've come, where we're at, and what we kind of expect out of our partners. You know, we want to always be involved with our brick and mortar shops. I don't see, look, it's so exciting when we get an email from a brick and mortar shop. It's crazy, you know. So I'll put it to you this way. I don't remember the last time, and in the past 2 years, I don't remember ever having to pitch anything. The first 3 years was nonstop pitching, right? Which it really takes a toll on you because you have to be really good at rejection. You know, you have to be like, my God, it's painful, it's brutal, but we've gotten over that hump, and it's really a blessing, man. And it's thanks to people like you, Duncan, that trust us and continue to do business with us. So thank you, and to all your patrons for supporting us.
Well, like the kids would say, and I mean this wholeheartedly as a grown-up, as an adult, I got your back, Gaby. I got your back.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Everybody, God bless. Thank you, Seamus. Thank you, Mikey. Thank you to you guys. Thank you, Dr. Gaby Kafie.
Thank you very much.
You.
God bless. I got food waiting for me, and I'm looking forward to it. Y'all take care. Have a good one. God bless.
Take care. Bye-bye.